यूपीएससी ने ना 2023 में कार्बन मार्केट का पूछा था। कार्बन मार्केट के ऊपर पूछा था। कार्बन मार्केट इज लाइकली टू बी वन ऑफ द मोस्ट वाइड स्प्रेड मोस्ट वन ऑफ द मोस्ट वाइड स्प्रेड टूल टू फाइट अगेंस्ट क्लाइमेट चेंज हो सकती है। कार्बन मार्केट ट्रांसफर रिसोर्स फ्रॉम प्राइवेट सेक्टर टू द कार्बन मार्केट ट्रांसफर रिसोर्स फ्रॉम प्राइवेट सेक्टर टू द स्टेट। सी आंसर है इसका। बोर्ड स्टेटमेंट बना करेक्ट पर स्टेटमेंट की बचना सकती है। कैसे भाई? ट्रांसफर टू द ट्रांसफर कार्बन मार्केट ट्रांसफर रिसोर्स फ्रॉम प्राइवेट सेक्टर टू स्टेट। क्लीन डेवलपमेंट मैकेनिज्म रिस्पेक्टिव। ये नहीं पता भाई इसका आंसर है। नेक्स्ट वन कंट्री। ओनली थ्री सर्टिफाइड इमिशन प्रोड्यूसिंग the concept of carbon credit paper. The confused fairly easy concept based on logic statement is bound to be true because use phrase likely to one of making generally there will be some case where private activity to carbon credit. However, statement is not driven by this mental recent we are market based where market based companies are the institute designed just for transfer of resources from private sector to the state. Carbon markets are widely used mechanisms to incentivize emission reduction. The Paris Agreement provides international cooperation under international cooperation why carbon trading European Union emission trading to be India proposed carbon credit scheme are example in and trade system. In cap and the trade system. In cap and the trade system, the state issues emission allowance either free or two options. When allowance are options, revenue goes to source state. So the sources to move private funds to the government. ठीक है. Google agreement to purchase carbon removal credits from India. In January 2025, Google entered into agreement with Indian startup Farha to purchase 1 lakh ton of carbon dioxide removal credits by 2030. The initiative focused on converting agricultural waste into biochar, a form of charcoal that replaces carbon when integrated into soil enhancement scalability. Indian agricultural sector produces from the waste and offering potential to create 200 million tons of भाई. Indian agriculture sector produce renewable waste offering potential to sequester over 100 million tons CO2 annually through biochar. The government initiates 20,000 crore issue 20,000 crore sovereign green bond in four tranches. Announcement in September 2024, the Government of India announced its plans to raise 20,000 crore through sovereign green bond. During second half of fiscal year, purpose to fundraise allocated to finance projects that contribute environmental sustainability, such as renewable energy initiatives, clean transport projects, sustainable blue management, pollution control measures, investor response. The success of this bond is contingent on the market willingness to pay greenium. Greenium is a premium for green bond over conventional one. The government continuation of this borrowing plan depend on favorable market conditions and investor interest. Indian Carbon Credit Trading System in June introduction in June 2023 under the Energy Conservation Act 2022. India introduced the Carbon Credit Trading System to establish a high-structured carbon market. Objective to create a market-based mechanism that incentivizes emission reduction. Various sectors aligning with Indian commitments under Paris Agreement. Key factors: regulatory authority, the Bureau of Energy Efficiency, oversees implementation and regulation of CTS. Market structure: this scheme encompasses both compliance and voluntary market. Compliance market target entities with mandate and responsibility for listening. Voluntary market allow entities without mandatory obligations to participate in carbon trading. Transition from CAT. The CTS will replace the platform Active and Trade scheme aiming for more comprehensive carbon trading framework. The current status detailed regulations were adopted in July 2024, making significant advancement in Indian carbon pricing framework. The compliance segment is scheduled to commence in 2025 to 26, while the timeline for voluntary market remains unspecified. Challenges: sectoral coverage. The current framework excludes major policy sectors like electricity and agriculture, potentially limiting its overall impact. Emission coverage: the scheme currently addresses approximately 30% of national emissions, leaving a significant portion unregulated. European Union Carbon Border Adjustment Mechanism. The European Union introduced carbon border adjustment mechanism to impose a carbon price on imports certain goods, ensuring that imports products are subject to the cost, some carbon cost as those products within EU. Ensuring the ensuring the import products are subject to the same carbon cost as they produced within EU. To prevent carbon leakage, encourage global emission reduction. Implementation transition phase within and its October 1, 2023 requiring importers to import greenhouse gas emissions and build in their import implement aluminum, electricity and hydrogen. Full implementation start in 2026 when importers must purchase PBAM certificates based on carbon intensity of their imports. Impact of India in India's exports such as steel, cement and aluminum make cost escalation. India raised concern in international forums citing CBAM as a potential trade barrier. इसलिए ये पता है गवर्नमेंट ऑफ ये कॉल money office money capital market stock market government can favorable with carefully analyzed CYP. You would have easily solved this question, but we still done with logic approach. Question. In Indian government, bond yield are influenced by तीनों हो जाएगा inflation factor, interest rate, action of RBI, action of United States Federal Reserve. With reference to Indian economy, consider the following statement. Commercial paper, private, no, no, two हटा दो, अब देखते हैं, 0 bond of interest bearing short term bond, 9, 1 and 3. Would carefully analyze and see likely you would have easily solved this question, but it can still done with logical approach. The term capital, whether in expenditure, receipt, and or market, always has long-term connotation. Thus, we have to look for long-term investment among these options. Call money straight away eliminated because it itself saves money market, which is short-term market. Stock market and government bonds, we all know are long-term investment. As we always hear from people around us, invest in share and bond and forget. Now, if if government bonds cover long-term need of government, the government treasury bills can be short-term instrument for meeting government fiscal needs because any entity including government needs funds for both short and long term. With this analysis, it is clear that only two alternate hands option B, government bond market, involve buying and selling of government bonds, which are debt securities to support government spending are, are typically long-term investment with maturities ranging a few years to several decades. Considered low risk because they are backed by the government's promise to pay interest and the fifteen people are part of capital market because they are long-term debt instruments. Call and notice money deal with short-term loans. The the banks the banks that banks are financial institutions lend to each other. Call money involve overnight borrowing and lending to fund. Notice money retain borrowing and lending for period ranging 2 to 14 days. ठीक है. Loan in the loan in the call money market are very short term and used by the bank to meet their short term liquidity requirements. The interest rate in this market is known as the call rate. Call rate is a part of money market because it deal with very short term lending and borrowing. Treasury bill involve the issuance and trading treasury bill, short-term debt instrument issued by the government. T-bill has maturity less than 1 year, typically 91 days, 182 days, or 364 days. They are sold at discount on their face value and the difference between the purchase price and face value represents interest. The part of money market because they are short-term debt instruments. Stock market involves the buying and selling stocks, also known as share and equity, which represent ownership in a company. Stocks are considered long-term investment. They entitle holders to share of the company profit and the portion of the company assets in the case of liquidation. The stock market provides platform for companies to raise capital by issuing shares to the public. Is a part of capital market because it deals with long-term equity financing. Money market versus capital market. Money market versus capital market. Money market deals with short-term financial instruments. Instruments have maturity of less than 1 year. Include treasury bills, call money, commercial paper, commercial of certificate of deposit, participant, RBI, commercial bank, corporate, government, fulfill short-term borrowing need and manage liquidity. Capital market deals in the long-term financial instrument. Instrument has maturity more than 1 year. Include government bond, debenture, share and mutual fund participant, corporate, retail investor, financial institution. Purpose mobilize long-term funds for investment and expansion. When your money market is short term, capital needs capital needs money market is short term, capital market is long term. Function money market support liquidity, capital market support capital formation. Commercial paper versus treasury bill. Commercial paper versus treasury bill. Treasury bill issued by the government of India, short term debt instrument with maturity as used with short term borrowing discount redeem at fair value, virtually risk free. Mm, life credit versus private companies, unsecured short-term promissory notes rate short-term something to typical rate higher than the promissory notes. Income tax T-bill structure is simple to that. Capital market definition. Capital market is a market for long-term financial instruments. It provides fund for periods longer than 1 year. Include market both it includes both equity and debt instruments, bond and debenture, share and primary market, also known as the new issue market, deal with the issuance of new securities to investors by companies or governments. The issue directly receives funds include IPO, follow-on, public offer, private placement, retail. Secondary market, also known as the stock exchange, facilitates trading of existing security and investors. Companies do not receive funds directly via retail and institutional investors. Retail consumers mobilize long-term funds, provide platforms for price discovery and liquidity, helps to efficient allocation of resources make money. Specifically, industrial economic growth promotes habit of saving and investment among the public. Capital market instruments, equity shares, ownership in a company with voting rights, dividend but limited voting rights, debenture and bonds, first based income securities, issued by company and government. Role of SEBI in capital markets. SEBI is the regulatory body of the capital market ensures transparency. Re- regulate stock exchange, broker, merchant venture, mutual fund, equity, overseas, public issues, listing, insider trading, and takeover, code, compliance, comparison with money market. And which one of the following best describe concept of small farmer? Small farmer, large scale. A company extend loan. अब दिमाग से करूंगा देखो इसे पहले और पहले दूसरे पीवाई की देखता हूँ what is the function of small farmer development agency the, to arrange credit to institutional source draw sustainable program to that is the function of small farmer development credit ठीक है ये वैडी होना चाहिए था मैंने गलती कर दी which of the following best describe main objective of seed village. encouraging the farmer to use their own farm tools and dispose by them seed at Becare, involving the farmer for training in quality seed production. The involving the farmer for training in quality seed production. They were make available quality seeds for the rice and compounded meal. Some extra economic and universities training rural and these community created the concept of small farmer, large field. A company extended loan, technical knowledge and material input to a number of small farmers in an area. They produce the agricultural commodity required by the many marginal farmers in an area together can make complex corporate body and surrender their current. Many marginal farmers in an area organize themselves into groups, dealer, dealer groups, encourage. Logic, simple question, different simply analysis of most clearly indicate towards some concept that can bring economy of scale by bringing together many small farmers resource. इतना आसान पूछा गया है कहीं कुछ लोग बोलते हैं 2020 का बहुत मुश्किल था तो clearly indicate towards some concept which brings people. Small farmer, large land, and an innovative collaborative farming model. In concept, small and marginal farmer retain ownership of their land but coordinated farming operations collectively. They synchronize crop selection, sowing, irrigation, input, sewage, and harvesting, making fragmented small holdings function like a scale in large fields. This model preserves land ownership and achieves economics of scale, better market access, and technology adoption. Tree outside, trees outside in the outside forest in the tree outside forest in India, launched by USAID, expand tree cover in 7 states. A health program stands for Accelerated Agent for Health and Extension of Livestock Production, aim to empower local agents, particularly women, to deliver basic veterinary service, implemented by Department of Animal Husbandry and Dairying. भारत कृषि सैटेलाइट प्रोग्राम प्रपोज सैटेलाइट for agriculture data monitoring. ये तो बहुत easy है under discussion with Europe if you are not learned. नमो ड्रोन दीदी launched in November 2023 trained 15,000 flexible women led self-help group in drone use agriculture. It is a central sector scheme. This STAR stand virtually integrated system to access agriculture resource, digital platform for integrated agri advisory and service developed by IIT Madras. with geography and status. Stand virtually integrated system to access agriculture resource, digital advisory and service. The Mandhan Yojana, comprehensive agriculture development program focusing on Krishi Mandhan, Pradhan Mandhan Krishi Yojana, and encourage sustainability practice, including farmer income, include initiative. It will be on the line of national development plans in 2018, include initiative for irrigation, soil health, crop diversion, and market access. Biodynamic farming method on Rudolf Steiner principle. Use cosmic calendar and specific compost preparation activities promoted in India by Biodynamic Association of India. Which one of the following activity the RBI is considered to be part of sterilization? बहुत easy है हमने पढ़ाया था. Overnight settlement, payment, operation, debt replacement. A answer is what? With reference to Indian economy, consider the monetary policy. C. In context of open market operations, refer borrowing. ये भी सी है. This might be seem difficult for beginner, but with self-confidence is control. Term sterilization is often used to concept of neutralizing some foreign microbes or organisms. From this, you can easily deduce that it relates to foreign capital outflow and inflow. When lot of foreign company comes to India and it increase foreign market inflow and outflow, can it deduce that it can relate to foreign market outflow and inflow. When a lot of foreign money come across in India, it can increase amount of money in the economy, leading to higher inflation. To, re- to reduce this extra money, RBI sell government bond. When banks buy this bond, they give their money to the RBI, which reduce the money, which reduce the money circulation in the economy. When lot of foreign money leaves in India, it decrease amount of money in economy. It might be slow down economic activity. To increase money supply, RBI buys government bond. When RBI buys this bond, it gives money to the bank to increase money circulation in the economy. Out of given option A is conducting open market operation related to foreign capital outflow because primarily focus on domestic. हमने जो भी हमने क्वेश्चन करूंगा ना इस तरीके से सोचूंगा मैं. Option A is correct. Sterilization refer to money based approach aim to neutralize monetary impact of foreign influence. These involve central banks intervening by selling government securities and absorb excess domestic currency generated by foreign inflow. Open market operations involving selling securities are most commonly used for sterilization to offset its impact capital inflow on the domestic money supply. This involved by central bank intervening selling payment system facilitates transfer of funds between individual business and financial institutions. RBI of India ensures of smooth functioning of this system. तो फिर क्या हुआ Debt and cash management for central and state governments. Namely, option B is incorrect. Non-banking financial institutions provide various financial services and regulated by RBI. The regulation is not related to CMA. Non-banking financial institutions provide. Non-banking financial, financial institutions are provide various financial services and are regulated by RBI. This regulation not related to stabilization. Credit control versus credit liquidity. Versus liquidity management. Credit control refers to RBI short-term and long-term measures to control overall volume of credit in economy. Credit con- currency deposit ratio versus reverse deposit ratio percent. CDR and RDR. The ratio of currency held by public to their deposit to their bank reflects the public preference for holding cash over depositing bank. High TDR reduced fund availability percent. Reverse deposit ratio. The ratio of reserve maintained by banks to their total deposit. The both vault and cash balances are being. High RDR means banks are lending a small portion of their deposit. CDR public behavior, RDR banking behavior, how much your bank maintain versus how much they lend. ठीक है. Liquidity management refers to short-term adjustment in liquidity. Liquidity management refers to short-term adjustment in liquidity. Cash availability in banking system main instruments liquidity management facilities which include open repo rate, reverse repo rate, operation objectives, manage day-to-day liquidity and keep short-term interest rate near policy rate. Conceptual difference. Credit control affects volume of credit availability in the economy over time. Liquidity management deals with immediate cash mismatch with temporary liquidity needs for banks. ठीक है, मतलब मतलब कितना पैसा होगा और किस रेट पे पैसा होगा. ठीक है, ये पैसे को उठा लेते हैं और ये पैसे को महंगा कर देते हैं, ये है. Thank you.